Hey, how y'all doing? This is Bright as Graphite, and I'm doing a speed build this time because with my audio constraints, it's much easier to do this where I can record the video in one take and then do the audio once everybody is either left or gone to bed or one of those two. Uh, I've also been playing Sims since I was really young, so had some time to get used to the building side of it. I'm not the best by any means at all, uh, especially with the roofs. Very big trouble, especially when I'm doing fancy roofs, like trying to make a gable with uh, multiple roofs, because I kept getting the placement off and the length of each thing, and even in the end, it doesn't look quite as good as it could, but I it's better than it started. Uh, I did use a reference, as I usually do, either a reference or a floor plan. Uh, this one I just used a reference, and a lot of the stuff I put in Newcrest actually just came from my mind that I decided to try and do. I did look at references, but I didn't, you know, look at floor plans for some of them. I was also having trouble with the placement of the lot, because I usually do, because I can't see the orientation until I build the house, and then I remember that I should probably put something somewhere else, and it would look better over here, and all that fun stuff. So I kept moving the house around until it fit in the right spot. Uh, for some reason, I had forgotten about that little pop out thing there, and I should have raised that roof more, but that's okay. Uh, I usually go ahead and put the uh, columns in when I need a sectioned is the word I was looking for, sectioned off house wall things, because the ones that the game comes with that are built into the wallpaper don't do it right and look horrible, and you can't control it in any way. So I do it this way. And I had, good old time trying to get it even. I was gonna do some sort of brick with beige accents, and then because I did bricks in the other part of the town, and then I looked at it and decided that it just didn't fit with the house itself, and it looked kind of odd, so I changed it to dark blue siding with that, I don't even know what color it's supposed to be, beige brown thing siding for the pop out things. But I did finally decide on it, and for some reason I always use the same uh, floor tiles when it comes to the outdoor things, but that's because they look closer to a walkway. It's very fun to try and match the doors with the windows and the windows with the windows if you want different shaped windows but the same color swatch. That is a very difficult thing to do. Uh, I was going to do just two windows there, but it looked really not good. So those windows do match the Parenthood window that I have at the front of the house, but. And yes, I do fix the windows later, the ones that are too high or too low. uh, and then I always forget to add the other windows, and I leave swatches, so I have to double, triple check to make sure. I wasn't really sure if I should go open planned or closed planned. I was thinking of doing an open kitchen, but I, I just kind of decided to block it off and have a separate kitchen and dining area. So then that way I could actually put the stairs in a good spot. But I did know I wanted to put a room right there where that little pop out is. And that smaller room was actually supposed to be a kid's bedroom, but I ended up turning it into a guest bedroom at the end. Because I didn't see the point in putting a kid's bedroom there. And I had to deal with trying to find the woods, because out of the floors in the game, the woods are the best, but the woods still suck. So even the best floors don't look very good. The only flooring tiles that I really like are the City Living stone tiles. But I can't use those with every single build because that would not look good. And I was trying to find some colored walls to put inside that had to do with the siding of the house, because I usually end up doing white walls except for any kids' rooms. And it looks fine, but it also looks boring. So I am working on venturing out and doing more different colors. I was trying to find something slightly different than the walls that I had in the living room for the dining area, but I couldn't really find one that worked, so it looks really close. I kept finding spots where the roof was clipping into the house, so I had to fix that as I went, because I don't notice it until I am furnishing the house. I wasn't sure if to put spandrel in there or not, so I just did archways. Yeah, I'd put some plants out there, but all the trees aren't really the best. They're just awkward. I'm trying to get better at landscaping. I've done more of it, so it looks much better than how I used to, which was none. I would just build the house and not put any work in the landscape. Which I guess if you want to build, but you're better at landscaping than building, I guess would be nice to download that. I don't know. Probably would not be the most desired thing. I tried to have a nice garden area in the back, or not garden, yard. So I kind of blocked that off and distracted from the fence with more plants, because hiding things that look awkward with plants is a very good thing to do, because I can't do rounded edges with the fences, but I can make it look like it's rounded with the trees. And I was just gonna put a little vent thing, but then I decided the house would probably look better with a chimney and a fireplace, so I ended up doing that. And also decided that on top of having a accent floor that's stone there to give it a platform, which I kind of struggled with for a second to try and get the outline of it right. But I did get it. It is a bit, no, it is a bit in a bit of an awkward place. I also started the kitchen, which I'm not the best at, but I have been doing better, I guess. I don't know. I'm not the best at kitchens. Uh, but I do try and get the sinks at least close to the windows. And try and remember to put trash cans in because I forget those a lot. I try to kind of give it a mix of modern and kind of old or classic kind of look. I don't know. But I was trying to center the dining table. Well, technically two, but I put them together. And I struggled with that, and you'll see me go back to the table multiple times until I'm done with the first floor. But, I eventually got it. I tried to do the two couch kind of setup, and I always put the the end tables kind of awkwardly. So I don't know how this really turned out with that. But I did give a little kind of reading area, not really a lounge. It's not big enough to be a lounge. It's just a corner with two bookcases and some spots to sit. But I just put that there to kind of make it not seem as empty on that side. I was gonna put that table as the accent table, but decided it'd be much better to do it this way so that then I could have bar stools by it without it. People just, Sims, just setting down dishes to eat on it and never picking it up and all that. I never really use garages as garages, but I do make them. But it is a pet peeve when I see people make garages in The Sims and then they put like a bedroom in it, but they put a car outside of it and make it clearly look like there's garage doors. So I try to make it look like it can be moved around to still work as a garage, but the rugs actually really helped with centering that table. So that's eventually how I did it, was with the rug. I did give the half bath a rug, just, I don't know, I guess for formality. And for some reason the Sims microwaves are gigantic, so I always size them down and kind of put them under that Parenthood cabinet. Just because it looks, I don't know, kind of like those in-cabinet microwaves. Close enough anyway, I think I gave them enough counters to put decorations on it and appliances, but it should be enough. They don't even use all the counters anyway. For some reason, the books are a very awkward size, so they're too big and then they're too small. There's just not a good way to really do it without the tool mod, and I don't feel like bogging down my computer with a bunch of mods, so I just kind of left them the size that they're at. And I tried to make the walls look better, but there's not a lot of good wall decorations in general. Not a lot of paintings, not a lot of things to hang on the walls that all coincide with each other. I don't know if I put too many clutter tables, but that's just one of the things I do, is just I put accent tables everywhere. Probably not the best looking, but it's a force of habit. Is it a good one? Probably not. I did try to make it look, like there were people living here, and so I tried to make the cabinets custom to look like people actually put things on it, but it did not turn out well, so I just used the cats and dogs one. But I tried to put, clutter and stuff so it looks lived in instead of just a model house that nobody's ever stepped foot in. Because this is supposed to be a house with somebody who has lived here with their 2 children. So it's gonna be lived in, and yeah, I had basically finished up on the first floor because I tried to look for paintings or something to put in the dining room, but there just wasn't anything. I did go ahead and put the outside porch light out. Then I moved on. Oh wait, I'm not onto the garden yet. For some reason, I acted like I was done and then went to the garage and finished things up there because it looked empty. And I fixed that window. I've been doing that. I don't see that they're off when I'm putting them on the outside, and then I start furnishing, and I have to fix it then. But I do go back and fix it. I catch myself before I upload it or anything like that. So it does get fixed. And then I finally get onto the garden yard. I wanted it to look, human, but at the same time it's supposed to be the mayor's house, so it's fancy. It's not a gigantic yard, but that's because I already used the biggest lot for a high school lot that I had built and put on the gallery. There's not a whole lot of kids' playground equipment that actually makes sense, so I just put a swing out there and a basketball hoop. So with the master bedroom, I wanted to go more simple colors because of the wall, and it's supposed to be an adult's room. And so I tried to do kind of a modular look type of thing, even though I don't have a dream decorator or whatever. So I just used the university stuff and stacked it and put it close together. And I was gonna put like a little desk vanity area right in it, but that wall in front of the bed just looked really empty, so I ended up moving it to across the bed, so then it doesn't look as empty, but it also doesn't look cluttered. And I didn't want to put the full-length mirrors, so I just used university again to kind of make it, I don't know, just look better. I've been doing practicing, I guess, doing bathrooms better, because I usually just do the 2x3 tile bathrooms with the bath on one end, and then just sink and toilet, and then that's it, without much decoration. So I try to make custom showers, or at least better planned bathrooms. And again with the windows, you can find one good window, but you can't find a single or a double window in the same style and swatch. So I had to use one single window from university. I used it a lot in this build, but that's because I had a lot of modular things, and then I had the custom shower. And I used that desk a lot from university also. I tried to put more clutter in here, not enough to make it look dirty, but just like there's things in the bathroom that you can use, instead of it just being an empty bathroom with no towels or anything like I usually do because I forget. I had trouble finding a towel rack that matched the style but had a good enough color to go with it, because The Sims 4 and swatches are an interesting thing. I was gonna put plants in there, but it wouldn't have looked good at all, and I probably put too many rugs in there. It probably only needed one bath mat instead of the two in front of the shower. So I tried to do the office thing with a cubicle because the mayor, I guess, needs a big space to work in. But I was having trouble trying to set up a sort of modular desk system so that it would look just kind of like a bigger desk instead of the tiny ones that you have. Even with Get Famous with that gamer desk or whatever, it still doesn't look, I don't know. Maybe I make too big of desks, but I was trying to uh, make it seem more office-like because, like an in-home office, but for, a mayor who has enough money to spend on a big office with its own cubicle and sitting areas. I was going to use those partitions, but they just looked off, so I used the university separator divider things to kind of create that, because I didn't want to put a wall or a fence because it would just look weird. And so I wanted some sitting areas with some bookshelves and stuff just to make it less empty, especially in that little pop out at the front of the house. I tried to make the bookshelves look decent, but I ended up just putting a potted plant in the corner between them. I was doing the thing with the accent tables again, and I didn't like the way that looked, so I used dining tables to kind of create that thing, even though your Sims definitely won't use it that way. They will not. Then I did the smaller bathroom, which is much easier in the sense of it's very quick, but when you're trying to decorate it, it's very annoying because you can't get a good view on it, especially with the wall decorations. You can't really see what you're doing, which I was trying to do very much so, but it wasn't working very well, so I had to do the top-down view and hope I was getting it close enough, which I'm pretty sure I did for most of it. Yeah, I was gonna go kind of a yellowish tone or accents for the bathroom, but I ended up using kind of a pink. I don't know why that happened. So then I was deciding on color patterns for the rooms, and I decided to go, because there's blue and white already in there, to just add pink accents to it, so it's not too out there. I was trying to make the closet wardrobe thing look better, but I kinda couldn't, so it's just as it is. I decided very quickly to use more of the university pack to kind of make it look like the things were connected together to sort of give it more space and ignore the fact that my Windows bar just came up. I've been doing this to kind of give the illusion of cubbies and stuff like that, and yes, I know that the tables are crooked, but I fix them before I leave to go on to the next room. So then I decided that the bed would just look awkward if it didn't have the custom bed headrest thing, because it just didn't seem like it'd make sense. So I used those end tables again to kind of hide the headrest of the headboard. Why am I calling it a headrest? The headboard of that bed, because basically none of the headrests or frames look decent in The Sims. And that also means you can put colors that actually match with the beds decently if you want different covers with a frame that just isn't there. And I was trying to decide on, should I put, you know, 2 beds there, 1 bed. So I just decided on 1 bed with it leading up. I have no idea what I was trying to do with the foot of the bed, but I ended up having a little storage box to kind of put there. I thought I could fit the other way facing towards the bed, but it couldn't, so I had to put it that way. And that is the moment that I decided that that would be a teenager's room and not a kid's room, because I just immediately thought it wouldn't make sense. So I ended up moving the toy thingy to the other area so that I could put it in there later. I tried to decorate the desks, and I didn't give the room a computer, but I probably should have, considering the fact it's a teenager's room, but you can add it if you want, because I'm going to put it on the gallery, but I just didn't know whether to do it or not, because sometimes I do, where when my Sims age up to a teenager, that's when I give them the computer. But when they're kids, I just have them have the desk. So I kind of decided on going dark green and brown because of the green walls with the leaves on it. So I was trying to figure out another custom bed thing and was failing miserably until I remembered that I should probably use the end table. I was going to put some white accents for the white part of the wall on the top, but I do end up changing that later to black just because it fits better, and I put a white rug anyway, so it just doesn't look right to have a white chair next to a white rug. I did put a magazine holder underneath it to make it look like more storage space for other things. There are slightly more things you can put on the wall for the children's Sims. Not a lot, but enough to make it not look empty. I did, because the dresser isn't really accessible, like, a real person could get to it, a Sim can't, so I put those wall hanger things, even though they can't use that either, but it looks more like a closet, I guess. I don't know. I always try to hide the night lights because they always look weird to me, except for the Parenthood one. That's the only one that really looks like it belongs in a kid's room. The other ones are just big and chunky. I was gonna put a toy box in there, but for some reason the toy boxes are extremely ugly, and there's no dark wood tones or anything like that, and from what I know, you don't get any new ones really with any of the other packs. So for some reason, whenever I do guest rooms, I give them like a soft, warm tone, like pastel yellows and sometimes a pastel orange and those kind of warm woods and stuff. And I almost always put sunflowers in them. I don't know why that is, and it's only the guest bedrooms. I don't really do it with master bedrooms or kid bedrooms. The only other rooms I do it with are occasionally like nurseries and the rooms for toddlers. I wasn't really done yet, so I ended up kind of rounding out the little area there. But I will put this on the gallery so you can download it for your Sims world. But if you want to watch more of this, like and subscribe.